Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the third session of our coaching series. In the first two sessions, we explored Alex's story and talked about the causes of his insomnia, as well as relaxation techniques to help him sleep better. Today, we're taking it a step further and discussing how daily routines and habits can impact sleep quality. We'll hear from Alex about the progress he's made and how the techniques have helped him over the past week. If you see yourself in Alex's story, or are also struggling with falling asleep, stay with us. We'll discover a few new strategies to help you improve your sleep and regain your energy. Let's see what updates Alex has for us. Let me know if you'd like any tweaks. Hi, Alex. Welcome back. How was your last week? What have you noticed about yourself since you started these exercises?
Hi, Maria. Honestly, it was interesting. I tried to apply all the exercises you gave me, but it was harder than I thought to stay consistent.
Tell me more about that. When you say it was hard, what exactly do you mean? Did you feel resistance to doing them, or did you just forget sometimes? What happened in those moments?
For example, at night when I had to write down my worries, at first it felt pointless. I mean, why write down something I'm already thinking? But after a few days, I noticed that instead of going in circles with my thoughts, I was putting them on paper, and that helped me leave them there. It didn't work perfectly every time, but on the nights I did it, I felt calmer.
That's a very important observation. What exactly did you feel in those moments when you managed to leave your worries on paper? Was there a difference between the times you did the exercise and the times you didn't? How did you realize it was working?
I think the feeling was like emptying my mind. When I wrote things down, I no longer felt the need to obsess over them. But when I didn't, the same thoughts kept coming back over and over.
Exactly. Your mind is starting to shift towards recognizing positive aspects. And how was it to write down 5 good things about your day? Did you notice any change in how you perceive your daily life?
This one actually surprised me. The first 2 days I just stared at a blank page, feeling bad that I couldn't think of anything. But then I started noticing small things. A good coffee, a message from a friend, finishing a task faster than I expected. Over time, it felt like I trained my brain to look for good things instead of just focusing on what went wrong.
That's really interesting. How did you feel when you managed to find those good things? Was there any change in your overall mood? In how you interacted with people? Or in how you started the next day?
I think, without realizing it, I was less irritated. Usually I'm grumpy in the morning, but I woke up feeling more at ease a few times, without the usual feeling that everything is going wrong.
That's an important signal. Do you see how these small changes create a ripple effect? What impact do you think it could have if you managed to do this exercise every night for a month?
I'd probably become more optimistic overall. I think it will help me notice and appreciate the fact that many beautiful and good things happen throughout the day. I've decided to challenge myself even more by writing down 10 positive things that happened during the day every evening after dinner. I'm curious to see what my notes will look like after a week. But I'm not sure if I can be that consistent.
A very good idea. And the fact that you are setting these tasks for yourself shows me that you are truly engaged in this process of calming your mind, and that our coaching sessions are on a very good path. Also, the fear that you might not be able to stay consistent is completely normal. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be intentional. Now, tell me about your daily mini vacation. How was it to take that time just for yourself? What did you feel in those moments?
Haha, that was interesting. At first I felt like I was wasting time, but when I allowed myself 20 minutes without screens, without tasks, just with myself, I realized it felt really good. My favorite moment was when I made tea and drank it without rushing. It felt like time slowed down a bit. The problem is that sometimes I get caught up in work and forget to take a break.
When you managed to take that break, what effect did it have on you? Did you notice any change in your energy levels or focus afterward?
Yes, actually. I noticed that when I took that break, I felt more productive afterward. I didn't feel as overwhelmed, but on the days I skipped it, I ended up feeling exhausted in the evening.
That's a very important realization. What could you do to make sure you take that time daily? Do you have any strategy to help you stay on track?
I think I need to find a way to remind myself about the mini vacation. Maybe setting an alarm or linking it to something I already do, like lunch.
That's a good strategy. It's important that you've made an effort to give yourself this mini vacation from time to time. I'd like to ask you to try taking this mini vacation in the evening when you can't do it after lunch. It's important to observe the effect of this evening break on the quality of your sleep. Do you think it would work if you started seeing this moment not as a task but as a gift you give yourself every day?
That's an interesting perspective. I think yes, if I saw it as something I deserve, it might be easier to prioritize.
And now, Alex, I want to ask you, have you noticed any improvement in your sleep? Are you able to fall asleep faster or sleep better?
Yes, I think so. My mind doesn't race like crazy over work problems anymore. It feels like the speed at which my thoughts start running at night, when I lay my head on the pillow, has slowed down a bit. My sleep has improved slightly, even if it's not perfect.
That's great news. It can't be perfect in such a short time. It's important to move forward with small, steady steps. We can't reach the top of the mountain in just 2 steps. You've made significant progress so far, even if it's small, and that gives us energy and a great vibe to keep going.
Thank you, Maria. I'm amazed at how important these new, small daily habits are. At first, I didn't think much of them, believing they were insignificant and couldn't possibly bring any results. But practice has proven me wrong.
Now I know you like hiking. How often do you manage to go?
Unfortunately, not very often. I'd love to do it more, but something always comes up.
How do you think you could prioritize it more? Maybe setting a fixed schedule with your friends.
Yeah, that would help. If I planned it in advance, it would probably be easier not to cancel.
Then let's set a clear goal. How about starting with a hike every 2 weeks?
Yes, that sounds doable. I'll talk to my friends and see how we can organize it.
Great. Keep being patient with yourself and observing your progress. Alex, you've made significant progress, and the fact that you're open to experimenting and observing changes says a lot about your commitment. I'm curious to see how you'll feel next week after this new challenge. We'll meet again then to talk about how it went. If you see yourself in Alex's story and struggle with sleep and stress, leave me a comment or send me a message. How do you manage your worries at night? Have you ever tried the exercises we discussed? I'd love to hear about your experience. And don't forget to subscribe for more sessions that can help you improve your sleep and mental balance. See you in the next episode.